In the description of my Found a Bad Apple video, I mentioned that I'd purchased a copy of Polaroid from Germany via eBay. Given the message of said video, and the fact that I ended up spending more than $100 between the DVD itself and external Blu-ray drive needed to watch it on my laptop, I felt it deserved a follow-up. After more than 2 years of waiting, I finally got to watch Polaroid. My parents were out of the house. I had the big TV and Blu-ray player to myself. There I was, all comfy in my dad's recliner. I'd navigated the menu and 2 semesters of German under my belt set the audio to English. And then the batteries in the remote died. After making the trek into the basement and obtaining 2 brand new AAAs, I was ready. I hit the play button, the movie began, and then a few minutes later, I see blue flashing lights through my kitchen and living room windows. At first, they add a nice effect to my viewing experience. After roughly 10 to 15 minutes, they verge on migraine-inducing. I take a peek out the window and see a police car parked in front of my lawn. Whatever, I think. No one's come to speak with me, so I'll just go about my day. I close the living room curtains, return to my movie, and fuck me sideways with a spork. The lights are still coming in through the kitchen window. I pause the movie, get up to close the kitchen shade, and holy fuck nuggets, how the fuck did I miss this? At this point, I'm gonna have to restart the movie anyway. So I go outside to investigate. I walk towards the clusterfuck on my front lawn, and aside from asking if I live there, the police pay me absolutely no mind. In the driver's seat, I see a severely disoriented old man speaking with an officer. Further up the hill, I see the speed limit sign for said hill laying in the neighbor's yard. Realizing that there is nothing I can do aside from closing my shades and curtains, something that just feels wrong when the sun is still out and will be for several hours, I head back inside and finally start my goddamn movie. Polaroid is your run-of-the-mill possessed item horror movie. That's not to say it's a bad movie. It's well made and has some really interesting stylistic and plot choices. In an age of slow plotting horror films, it's refreshing to find one where things actually happen for the entirety of the film. Lars Klevberg wasn't stretching things out to meet a minimum runtime. He made a solid, competent horror film that is light years better than some of the indie hipster nothingness that does make it to the big screen these days. But ultimately, it's another old possessed object story that doesn't add much to the base formula plot-wise. Had it not been preceded by so many dime-a-dozen cash-grab possession flicks, Polaroid could have been a standout film in the subgenre. In the end, however, my enjoyment of the film wasn't that important to me. Yeah, I had been waiting 2 goddamn years to see the thing, but once I fell down the rabbit hole of the film's release, the act of watching it by anyone became way more important. People talk about how it was considered a political act to see or not see Black Panther because racism, and Ghostbusters 2016 because sexism. Fuck that noise. Watching either of those films won't do or change anything. Watching Polaroid was me taking a hit at the arbitrary power we've given to the name Harvey Weinstein. It ain't much, but it's something. In the description of this video, I have included several links to where you can buy Polaroid. Buy it. Watch it. Tell your friends, your family. Have them buy it and watch it. Spread this as far as you can. I realize I have a reach of maybe like 2 dozen, but seriously, just do whatever you can. I'm trying to use what limited power I have to do something that I am extremely, extremely passionate about. And that means a whole fuck ton to me. And no, I am not receiving any kind of kickback from anyone who purchases this movie. This is just something that I am very passionate about, and that is just a really, really big deal to me. So, to anyone who does buy and or watch Polaroid, you are a really fucking awesome person, and I love you. I love you all. Just write in the comments that you have, and in my next video, which I make some point, not sure what it's going to be yet or when, I will leave a shout out in the end of the video.
Good one, Bird. You should submit that shit to Creepypasta.
You are a bag of cunts. Goat, please go jump in a hole filled with dildos.
I don't give a fuck.